Hi guys, Deluded Gooner here. Arsenal 4, Sunderland 1. Prior to the game, both sides had several injuries and several players missing. On Arsenal's perspective, we're missing Xhaka, we're missing Santi, who's integral to our play, we're missing Monreal, and sadly we're missing Theo. On their side, they're missing Catamo, they're missing Barini, Manone, Seb Larson, several integral players to their side. In regards to the opponents, 9 games played prior to today, 2 points. That's very poor. They haven't been getting battered in their results. Only Everton's battered them 3-0. They made some City work on the first game of the season for their 3 points, 2-1. Spurs had a tough game against them where they only scraped a 1-0. West Ham the other week, the same result, while Southampton narrowly beat them in the League Cup. So we knew we were coming against some natural born fighters, and I did expect the atmosphere to be somewhat hostile when we got there. That being said, it was the complete opposite. The home fans were flat, there was no noise, and that played into our hands. That allowed us to settle down and be confident in our play. And our fans supported us. You could hear the Ozil chances, the Alexis chances, the 49 chances that got behind the boys and played into their hands. That being said, I feel Moyes, they probably should have pressed us together. They were aggressive in the challenge, but they didn't press us. That played into our hands and allowed us to play our football. First 10 minutes, we had about 3 corners, maybe even more. I believe we should have scored from one of them. I think El Nene in the 7th minute had a great corner, put in a great corner. Someone should have stabbed it home. I feel we were only really having success while we were dominating the middle. We were only really having success on the flanks. Both flanking pairs in Gibbs and Iwobi and Ox and Bellerin done their jobs today. I think Bellerin was one of the better players on the pitch today, and you saw that in the 18th minute when a nice little bit of change in between El Nene and Bellerin. They linked up. The ball fell to Ox, a little bit of pace to beat his man. A lovely cross to stand it up. Great movement in the box from Alexis to lose Kone, and he put us ahead. But apart from that, I can't really think of too many clear-cut chances apart from Ozil in the 39th minute. Probably should have scored. He had the chance to chip the keeper. But yeah, I don't feel we were good enough in the first half. When you consider we had 60% possession, 200 and something passes compared to 100 from them, 11 touches in their box compared to they had none. One of their key centre-backs in John O'Shea came off. Pickford was nervous. I feel all of this should have played into our hands and we should have went into half-time with a more comfortable scoreline. I feel we weren't helped by, like I said earlier, they were dropping off and they weren't really pressing us in pairs and in as a group. I didn't feel, due to this, I didn't feel Nene and Coquelin offered enough going forward. They kept playing backwards. At one point, Mustafi was playing more forward than them, was offering more forward passes than them, and it was just allowing Sunderland to just keep possession and keep their shape. So going into half time, I wasn't happy at all. And I definitely wasn't happy in the first 10 minutes of the second half. It looked like it could be Arsenal of old. Sunderland came out with a bit between their teeth. You saw people supporting Jermaine Defoe like they weren't doing in the first half. You saw Watmore getting forward. Watmore and Kasri had a tough time in the first half as they were having to double up and become fullbacks. And yeah, they gave us some scares. Defoe had a couple of chances where he conned both our centre backs, and we had some chances we should have taken. We were denied a penalty, a blatant penalty. Alexis, who was probably our best player on the pitch today, blatant penalty, got past his man, pulled by Kone, wasn't given. Straight after that, I think the Ox lost the ball, and I saw the Ox walking back. I wasn't happy with that. We got countered. A ball came in to Watmore. Fantastic play from Watmore to get on the wrong side of Mustafi. Completely outdone Mustafi. Was going around check. Unfortunately, Koscielny got himself in a bit of a tangle. And it was a blatant penalty. It was a bit of injustice because we should have had a pen literally minutes before. Defoe, experienced, he's going to put it away, and it looked like we might not be getting the result we wanted. Brilliant decision by the gaffer to put on Giroud. Giroud had a lot of points to prove, like I said earlier. He has a great record against Sunderland. He has a lot of critics saying we don't need him, which I don't agree with. And he came on and got 2 goals. The first, fantastic cross from Gibbs, poked home, and he shows that he really wants to be part of the side and in the first 11. His second goal, fantastic corner from Ozil, but it was all about Giroud's movement. He lost his man superbly. And he really shouldn't have been scoring a header from where he scored it from. But yeah, last goal came. It was great play from us, but it was sloppy defending from Sunderland, if I'm completely honest. It was completely poor. It was just scrappy. It was like schoolboy stuff. And fantastic from Alexis to put in. I think Ramsey technically gets the assist. Ozil had a host of chances. I think in the 76th minute he had a chance he should have scored. Unfortunately, 78th minute, sorry, he should have scored. And he had one in the 72nd where Gibbs put him through. I feel the Ox did well to get his assist, but he should have had a goal. In the second half, Mustafi put him through and he slipped. There was a great bit of interchanging play between the Ox and Ozil at one point where the Oz put him through for Oxlade. And Oxlade just, I don't know, he just got caught in two minds. That just seems to be the only thing holding back the Ox. But he seems to have done very well. He took his chance well today, in my opinion. But yeah, there's not really much to be angry about. I mean, I don't feel we created enough in the first half. Second half, we were definitely on it. I was very impressed with Kieran Gibbs. We all know it's been very hard for him to dislodge Monreal, but whenever he gets his chance, he looks up for it. And I was impressed with his defending today, the quality of his balls, how he linked up with Iwobi. Alexis had a great game, continuously drew fouls for us. It was constantly at the heart of things, was counter-attacking for us, was defending for us, was having a lot of chances for us. Obviously, he got his 2 goals for us. So yeah, it's onwards and upwards. It was nice to see Maitland-Niles get a little couple minutes again in the Premier League. So yeah, Mustafi. It was also nice to see their partnership gelling as well. I mean, it's unfortunate that we couldn't keep a clean sheet due to sometimes you just can't explain things. I do think we didn't defend with the same conviction that we normally do. I mean, there was a lot of times it seemed to have been head tennis in our own box. And we shouldn't have been clearing it to areas we were clearing it to. I also believe that we gave a lot of fouls away in silly areas. I mean, Coquelin was guilty of giving one away for Kazri, who was highlighted as being a danger man from set pieces. Fortunately for us, he never had his radar on today. But yeah, that's just it in conclusion. Giannis, your guy Deluded Gooner signing out, man. Arsenal 4, Middlesbrough 1, just top of the league. We just have to keep going, and it's just on to Spurs and United after that. It's a big month for us coming up. But yeah.